Sport Talk today about the Spurs roster challenge. Addressing the Spurs roster challenge, exploring trades to achieve a 15-man roster. Late July has proven to be an intriguing time for the NBA, even after the free agency frenzy and conclusion of the Summer League. Amidst this, the San Antonio Spurs have provided fans with a captivating topic of discussion leading up to the September training camp. With the recent official signings of Sidi Sissoko and Sandro Mamukelashvili, the Spurs currently find themselves with a roster of 18 players holding guaranteed contracts for the upcoming 2023-24 season. This surplus raises eyebrows, given that NBA regulations limit teams to a 15-player full-time active roster, alongside 3 two-way positions, currently occupied by Serge Ibaka Rice and Dominic Barlow, which involve fluctuation between the G League and NBA. Consequently, the Spurs must trim their roster by 3 players prior to the regular season, as only 20 players are allowed for training camp. San Antonio faces a decision between 2 courses of action to tackle this situation. Option A involves releasing 3 players with expiring contracts, a straightforward solution. Alternatively, Option B entails consolidating players for a more substantial contract while obtaining additional draft picks, an approach aligning better with the Spurs' recent offseason moves. While Option A offers simplicity, it leaves potential assets untapped. Let's delve into 3 conceivable trades that the Spurs could pursue to achieve a 15-man roster or a close approximation. Adding another French presence to San Antonio. A trade concept that is circulated within the Spurs community, potentially termed as Spurs X, involves Evan Fournier. According to Ian Begley of SNY TV, the Spurs have displayed interest in acquiring Fournier during this offseason. Fournier's role within the New York Knicks rotation dwindled last season, prompting him to search for a new basketball home. Drawing an analogy for anime enthusiasts, Fournier expressed his aspiration to make a comeback reminiscent of Goku in Dragon Ball Z next year. Exploring the potential of acquiring Evan Fournier as a veteran mentor alongside Victor Wembanyama. Considering the inclusion of Victor Wembanyama in the team, it seems like a logical move for the Spurs to pursue Evan Fournier as a veteran leader, especially since they could potentially be future Olympic teammates. Fournier has showcased his prowess as an efficient scorer in the half-court, boasting an impressive around 40% success rate from beyond the arc. Despite his defensive limitations, he remains a valuable offensive asset. Although Fournier's performance waned last season, playing in just 27 games and facing inefficiency, this could create an opportunity for the Spurs. Given his struggles, the Knicks might need to sweeten the deal with a first-round pick. New York possesses the draft selections of Detroit, Dallas, and Washington in the 2024 draft, 3 teams with uncertain trajectories. In this scenario, the Knicks relinquish their own first-round pick, banking on these 3 teams performing poorly. However, the Spurs would need to part ways with Doug McDermott, who has emerged as a leader in the locker room, to make this deal happen. Acquiring a first-round pick in exchange for McDermott would still be a considerable win for San Antonio. McDermott's familiarity with Tom Thibodeau's coaching style from their previous collaboration could provide the Knicks with much-needed perimeter shooting. To facilitate the trade's financial aspects, Kem Xavier Birch's contract is incorporated. Despite this trade, the Spurs would still face the task of releasing 2 players, potentially like Sadie Osman and Cam Payne, to align with roster requirements. San Antonio's involvement in a Damian Lillard trade. The Miami Heat have expressed a strong desire to secure Damian Lillard's services, a sentiment reciprocated by Lillard's preference for the Heat. However, the general manager of the Portland Trail Blazers, Joe Cronin, has hesitated to accept Miami's offer. Reports suggest that Portland is uninterested in Tyler Herro and would prefer multiple first-round picks instead. Here, the Spurs' extensive collection of draft assets presents an opportunity to acquire a promising player in his early 20s. It's crucial to acknowledge the magnitude of the transaction involving Herro. Alongside parting with 2 first-round picks, amid a relatively weaker 2024 draft class. While retaining their 2026 picks expected to feature standout talents like Cooper Flagg and Cameron Boozer, the Spurs would trade Reggie Bullock, a recent addition, who started for the Dallas Mavericks, a commendable team. Regrettably, Bullock's contract becomes one of the few tradable options for San Antonio to match Herro's $24 million salary. The trade's execution would necessitate waiting until September to move Bullock due to contractual restrictions. Incorporating Tyler Herro into the Spurs' emerging young core. Tyler Herro's arrival would seamlessly integrate him into the Spurs' burgeoning young core. Demonstrating his prowess last season, Herro averaged an impressive 20.1 points, 4.2 assists, and 5.4 rebounds per game, showcasing his scoring versatility with a 44% field goal rate and a 38% success rate from beyond the arc. His ability to generate his own shots and function as a high-volume scorer is noteworthy. Notably, he formed a dynamic pick-and-roll duo with Bam Adebayo in Miami, amassing a commendable .939 points per possession in this strategic play. Moreover, Miami deployed him as a point guard on occasions, revealing an underappreciated knack for playmaking with increased ball handling responsibilities. Harrow's defensive capabilities have been subject to undue criticism. He is, in fact, an average NBA defender, demonstrating notable improvement due to enhanced physical strength. Within the Spurs roster, he would emerge as one of the more proficient scoring guards, forming an exciting synergy with Victor Wembanyama in pick-and-roll situations. While this trade involves the departure of two players, one additional roster adjustment would be necessary. The combination of Harrow and Malaki Branham could establish a formidable scoring tandem off the bench, alleviating the necessity for a traditional backup point guard like Payne. Alternatively, Harrow could start alongside Devin Vassell in the backcourt, enabling Trey Jones to assume a bench role. A much-anticipated trade scenario comes to fruition. It's worth noting that the execution of this trade would only be feasible in September when Reggie Bullock becomes eligible for trade. For fervent Spurs fans, the prospect of acquiring Ben Simmons has been a perennial favorite hypothetical scenario. Interestingly, Simmons' potential addition merits consideration, as he remains just 2 years removed from 3 consecutive All-Star seasons, despite a substantial back injury. Given the Spurs' reputable development system, this could indeed offer the perfect environment for Simmons to restore and enhance his market value. Questioning Brooklyn's negotiating position. The Brooklyn Nets might find themselves in a relatively weak bargaining position. Ben Simmons' stock has plummeted to an unprecedented low, a consequence of a full season on the sidelines followed by subpar performance across 42 games in the previous season. Consequently, Brooklyn could be compelled to part with a second-round pick to facilitate this trade. The transaction offers the Nets a pair of proficient shooting wings in Doug McDermott and Reggie Bullock, alongside the sharp-shooting Devonta Graham, whose presence could enhance scoring depth off the bench. With Mikal Bridges' emergence in the past season, the Nets might opt to pivot towards contention rather than undertaking a complete rebuild. Assuming Simmons can regain some semblance of his former self, he would contribute invaluable defensive versatility and playmaking prowess. The Spurs, having Victor Wembanyama as a unique talent, could augment their roster further with the addition of Simmons. Picture a lineup brimming with extraordinary length, featuring Simmons, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sochan, Wembanyama, and Zach Collins. Alternatively, they could embrace an up-tempo approach with Simmons, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Sochan, and Wembanyama on the court. The potential of this trade hinges on Simmons' overall condition and form. If anyone can unlock Simmons' potential, it's the renowned Greg Popovich. Considering the necessity to trim the roster anyway, the present moment might be opportune to take a calculated gamble on the erstwhile all-star player. Subscribe to our channel to get more of our analysis and trade talks here on Sport Talk, so stay tuned till tomorrow.